My dear friend, I want to begin by speaking directly to the part of you that feels tired right now, the part of you that is holding on to pain, disappointment, or heartbreak. Maybe you've lost someone you love deeply. Maybe you've watched a dream slip through your fingers after years of effort. Maybe you're facing rejection, loneliness, or uncertainty about where your life is headed. Loss comes in so many shapes and it never feels fair.
When it happens, it can take the breath out of you. It can leave you staring at the ceiling at night, wondering why everything had to turn out this way. It can make you question your worth, your purpose, your future. And in those moments of heaviness, you naturally crave relief. You want the pain to be over. You want the emptiness to be filled. You want the broken pieces of your life to fit back together again. That's why so often we rush. We rush into decisions. We rush into new situations, even when our heart isn't ready. We rush to distract ourselves from the pain. Because sitting with it feels unbearable. We rush to replace what was lost, convincing ourselves that if we can just find something new, the ache will disappear. But deep down, you and I both know the truth. Rushing doesn't heal us. It only delays the healing we truly need. It's like putting a bandage on a wound without cleaning it first. From the outside, it may look like it's covered, but underneath, the infection continues to grow. Have you ever noticed how, even after trying to move on quickly, the sadness finds its way back? One day you're fine, the next you're hit by memories, regrets, or the sting of what could have been. That's because grief and loss don't operate on our timeline. They need space. They need patience. They need us to stop running from them and instead to walk through them slowly with care and compassion for ourselves. I want you to know something powerful. Every loss you have endured is not the end of your story. As final as it feels, as painful as it is, there is always more ahead for you. Life has this mysterious way of giving back, of restoring, of replacing what you thought was gone forever with something you never even imagined possible. Think about moments from your past. Can you remember a time when something didn't go your way? Maybe it was a relationship that fell apart, or a job you didn't get, or a plan that failed. At that time, it might have felt like your whole world collapsed. But now, looking back, can you see how it led you to something better? Can you see how it shaped you, how it guided you, how it redirected you toward a path you never would have chosen on your own? That's the hidden beauty of loss. It doesn't just take away, it also transforms. It reshapes you into someone stronger, wiser, more compassionate. It prepares you for blessings that you would not have been ready to receive otherwise. But to experience that transformation, you cannot rush. Imagine a seed in the ground. If it rushed to grow before its roots had developed, it would wither the moment the wind blew. But because it takes its time, quietly, unseen, patiently, it eventually grows into something tall, strong, and unshakable. Right now, you may feel buried under the weight of your pain, but you are not buried, you are planted. This is not your ending, this is your beginning. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels unfair. Yes, there are nights when you don't know how you'll make it through. But even in those moments, change is happening inside you. Strength is being built in your spirit. Endurance is being crafted in your heart. A new version of you, stronger, braver, and more resilient, is quietly emerging from the darkness. And one day, you will look back and see that what you thought was the greatest loss was actually the soil for your greatest growth. So I urge you, stop rushing. Don't force yourself to get over it before you're ready. Don't pressure yourself to smile when you need time to cry. Don't chase temporary fixes that only distract you for a moment, but leave you emptier afterward. Instead, give yourself permission to slow down. Give yourself the grace to heal at your own pace. It's okay to take time. It's okay to feel sad, to grieve, to acknowledge that something precious was taken from you. But it's also okay to trust that this is not the end of your story. Because here is the truth I want you to hold tightly. What is ahead of you is greater than what is behind you. The loss you are facing now is not the final chapter. There are pages waiting to be written in your life that will surprise you with their beauty. There are doors waiting to open that you didn't even know existed. There are people you haven't met yet who will love you, encourage you, and walk beside you in ways you never thought possible. Your pain is real, but so is your future. And your future is not built on rushing, but on patience, on faith, on resilience. So take a breath, step back, allow yourself to pause. Let the healing unfold slowly like the sunrise, quiet at first, then gradually filling the sky with light. You don't need to have all the answers today. You don't need to force an ending when the story is still unfolding. In time you will see. In time the tears will dry. In time your heart will rediscover joy. And when that day comes, you will understand why you had to go through what you did. You will realize that every loss, every heartbreak, every unanswered question was leading you towards something far greater than you ever imagined. So stop rushing, my friend. Life has not abandoned you. It is preparing you, and the best is still yet to come. Perhaps you feel restless, as if life is slipping by too quickly and you're being left behind. You see others moving forward, achieving, building, living, and you feel stuck. You feel the pressure to catch up, to feel the emptiness, to do something, to make the pain disappear. That urge to rush is natural. It comes from the part of us that doesn't want to feel discomfort, that wants certainty, that longs for immediate relief. But what if I told you that the very pause you're resisting is exactly what you need? That stillness, that quiet space where nothing seems to happen, is where your strength is quietly being built. And you see, life doesn't move in straight lines. It doesn't follow a schedule that we can predict or control. Healing doesn't follow a calendar, and growth doesn't obey a timeline. Sometimes the most important work happens in the quiet moments, the moments you wish would pass quickly. Imagine a river. When the water flows too fast, it erodes the banks, stirs up debris, and loses clarity. But when it slows, it deepens, clears, and gains power. That's what stillness does for your heart. In the moments when you pause, when you stop rushing, when you allow yourself to simply be, you are clearing the debris of fear, anger, and doubt. You are deepening your resilience. You are finding clarity that rushing could never give you. Maybe you feel lost right now. Perhaps the pain of your loss has left you questioning yourself, your choices, even your worth. You might be thinking, why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? These questions are natural, but dwelling on them will only pull you further into despair. Instead, let the stillness guide you. Let the quiet teach you patience. Let the pause become your friend rather than your enemy. When you allow yourself to pause, you begin to notice small but profound truths. You notice your own strength, the courage it took to survive each day, even when it felt unbearable. You notice your own resilience, the ability to keep showing up, even when your heart feels fragile. You notice your own capacity for hope, the spark that refuses to die, even in darkness. And as you notice these truths, something beautiful happens. You begin to trust that life is not about forcing outcomes, but about being present and patient. You begin to understand that loss, while painful, is never meaningless. That the emptiness you feel today is making space for something greater tomorrow. Consider the story of someone you admire, perhaps a friend, a mentor, or even a public figure who faced a significant loss or setback. At the time, it may have seemed like the end of their journey. Yet when you look back at their lives now, you see how those moments of stillness, of waiting, were the very periods that prepared them for their greatest achievements. What they endured quietly, patiently, and without rushing became the foundation of their strength and success. You are no different. Your pause is not wasted. Your silence is not empty. Your waiting is not meaningless. Every tear, every moment of solitude, every reflection in the dark is shaping you into someone wiser, more compassionate, and more prepared for the blessings ahead. And yes, I know patience can feel unbearable. I know it can feel like a weight pressing down on your chest, making every breath harder. But this is where faith in yourself, in your own journey, becomes so crucial. Not faith in some abstract concept, not faith in perfection, but faith in your own ability to endure, to grow, and to eventually thrive. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give yourself is permission to slow down, to breathe, to feel your emotions without judgment, to acknowledge your pain without trying to escape it. In those moments, you are building a foundation of inner strength that will support you for the rest of your life. Think about the things you've learned through loss already. Perhaps you've discovered patience you didn't know existed. Perhaps you've discovered empathy, kindness, or courage. Perhaps you've discovered an ability to let go of what no longer serves you. These discoveries are the proof that even in stillness, even in quiet struggle, life is moving you forward. So today, allow yourself to pause. Allow yourself to stop chasing the next thing. Stop forcing the next step. Stop rushing into solutions that may not serve you. Sit with yourself. Sit with your feelings. Sit with the uncertainty. And in that quiet, let your strength grow. Because it is in stillness that the heart repairs itself. It is in patience that resilience is born. It is in waiting, not in rushing, that life prepares to replace every loss with something greater than you ever imagined. You may not see it yet, you may not feel it yet, but trust me, your patience is never wasted, your pause is never meaningless, and your waiting is never in vain. The best is still ahead, and when it comes, it will arrive. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed yourself the time to become ready for it. So breathe, my friend. Slow down, rest, heal, and trust that life, in its perfect timing, will bring back everything you need and more in ways your heart cannot yet imagine. Perhaps you feel frustrated right now, as if life is testing you endlessly. You may be thinking, why me? Why do I have to face this loss, this setback, this disappointment? It's natural to feel this way. Pain is heavy and it can make life feel unfair. But what if I told you that every pain you endure holds the seed of purpose? That the very struggles you are experiencing today can one day become the source of your greatest strength, your deepest wisdom, and your most meaningful achievements. You may not see it yet. When you are in the middle of hardship, it feels endless, like a storm without an end. But storms by their nature do not last forever. And what is left after a storm, the calm, the renewed earth, the clear sky, is often more beautiful and more fertile than what existed before. The same is true for your life. Every hardship, every loss, every moment of heartbreak has the potential to transform into something extraordinary. Consider the power of perspective. Pain itself is unavoidable, but how you relate to it is your choice. You can let it crush you, or you can allow it to teach you. You can let it define you, or you can allow it to refine you. This does not mean ignoring your feelings or pretending the pain doesn't exist. It means acknowledging your pain fully, giving yourself space to grieve, and then asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow through this? When you transform pain into purpose, you begin to see loss not as an end, but as a redirection. You begin to see the closed doors not as rejection, but as guidance toward paths that are better suited for you. You begin to see setbacks not as failures, but as lessons, preparing you for greater resilience, greater insight, and greater fulfillment in the future. You may have noticed this in your own life already. Perhaps a relationship ended and it left you heartbroken. And yet later you discovered a sense of independence, self-respect, or inner peace that you would never have found otherwise. Perhaps a career opportunity slipped away and at the time it felt like the world was collapsing. But later you realized it guided you toward a better path, one where your talents and passions aligned more fully with your purpose. Pain has a remarkable way of shaping us. It forces us to look inward, to confront our fears, to examine our choices, and to rediscover who we are at our core. And when we do this work, when we allow ourselves to learn and grow from our struggles, we emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable of embracing the life that is waiting for us. But transforming pain into purpose requires patience, courage, and self-compassion. It requires stopping the rush to fix everything immediately and instead allowing the process to unfold naturally. It requires listening to your heart, trusting your intuition, and believing that the universe or life itself has a plan far greater than your own immediate understanding. You may feel lost now, and that is okay. Feeling lost is often the first step toward finding a new direction. It signals that you are ready to let go of what no longer serves you, to release attachments that were holding you back, and to open yourself to opportunities that will bring genuine fulfillment. Loss, when approached with courage and reflection, becomes a teacher. It teaches patience, empathy, and resilience. It teaches the importance of self-love, the value of authentic connection, and the beauty of embracing life as it comes, rather than forcing it to conform to your expectations. Think about someone who inspires you, someone who has faced significant challenges and yet emerged victorious. Perhaps they endured personal loss, professional setbacks, or moments of profound doubt. And yet, through their perseverance, they transformed their pain into a purpose that touched the lives of others, inspired change, or brought about remarkable achievements. That same potential exists within you. You have the power to channel your struggles into something meaningful, to turn your heartbreak into hope, your disappointment into determination, and your setbacks into stepping stones. And here's the most important truth. You don't have to wait for perfection to begin this transformation. You don't need to have all the answers or know exactly what the future holds. All you need is willingness to reflect, to learn, and to take small steps forward, even in the midst of uncertainty. Each small step, each conscious choice, each moment of courage adds up. Over time, these small acts create momentum, leading you toward the life you are meant to live. So when you feel the sting of loss, when your heart aches, when your dreams seem shattered, remember this. The pain is not permanent, and it is not meaningless. It is a guide, a teacher, and a call to action. It invites you to slow down, reflect, and realign with your true purpose. And when you embrace this process, you will find that life has a way of replacing every loss with something greater, something that aligns with your growth, your dreams, and your deepest values. Do not rush through this process. Do not try to skip the lessons or force the outcomes. Instead, walk through the pain with awareness and grace. Let it shape you, mold you, and teach you. And know that, with time, your life will unfold in ways far more beautiful than you can imagine. Your loss today is the foundation of your triumph tomorrow. Every challenge you face is preparing you for your next chapter. Every tear you shed is watering the seeds of growth and transformation within you. Every moment of struggle is building the courage, resilience, and clarity you need to embrace a future that is bigger, brighter, and more fulfilling than anything you could have planned on your own. So, my dear friend, take heart. Let your pain be your teacher. Let your loss be your guide. Trust the journey, trust the timing, and trust that the life awaiting you is far greater than anything you have ever known. And in that trust, you will find peace, purpose, and the strength to keep moving forward, not in a rush, but with steady, unwavering courage. You may be feeling weary right now. Perhaps you've tried so hard to rebuild your life, to find joy again, to regain a sense of normalcy, and yet it feels as though every step forward comes with 2 steps back. You may be wondering if this struggle will ever end, if the weight on your heart will ever lift, or if life will ever feel fair again. These feelings are natural. They are the echoes of loss and the shadows of uncertainty, but they do not define your story. One of the most difficult lessons we must learn is the art of trust, not in others, not in circumstances, but in the journey itself. Life has a rhythm that we cannot control. It moves in ways that may seem mysterious, unfair, or even cruel at times. And yet, when we learn to surrender our need for control, we create space for healing, for clarity, and for growth. Think about your own journey. How many times have you faced a setback, only to discover later that it guided you towards something better? How many doors closed that ultimately redirected you toward a path more aligned with your heart? The universe, life, or fate, whatever you choose to call it, has a remarkable way of working things out in ways we could not have anticipated. When you rush through life, trying to force outcomes or create solutions before their time, you miss the subtle guidance that exists in every moment. You overlook the quiet lessons embedded in your experiences. You forget that every challenge, every hardship, every loss carries within it the potential for growth, understanding, and transformation. It's natural to want to control everything, to plan, to anticipate, to protect yourself from pain. But true peace comes from learning to trust the journey, even when the path is unclear. It comes from believing that every twist, every turn, every unexpected obstacle is shaping you for a future far greater than you can see right now. Perhaps you are struggling with disappointment, with dreams that didn't materialize, relationships that didn't last, or opportunities that slipped away. The temptation is to rush, to force the next step, to replace what was lost with something immediate and familiar. But rushing only leads to exhaustion and frustration. The true replacement, the life, the opportunity, the connection that will bring lasting fulfillment will come in its own time. And it will be greater than anything you could have forced on your own. Trusting the journey also means embracing patience. Patience is not passivity. It is not giving up or settling for less. Patience is a quiet strength. It is the courage to endure uncertainty without losing hope. It is the wisdom to allow your heart and mind to process experiences fully, so that when the right moment comes, you are ready to step into it with clarity, confidence, and purpose. You may have faced moments when it seemed like life was standing still, when it felt as though nothing was changing, nothing was improving, nothing was moving forward. And in those moments, it's easy to despair. But what is often happening beneath the surface is profound growth. You are learning resilience, developing perspective, and discovering the depth of your own inner strength. These unseen changes prepare you for a life that is richer, fuller, and more meaningful than you ever imagined. Consider the smallest examples in your daily life. Perhaps a day that felt ordinary led to a new insight. Perhaps a difficult conversation opened the door to understanding. Perhaps a loss taught you compassion and empathy. These small moments, these tiny seeds, accumulate over time and lead to extraordinary transformation. Trust the process and trust that these moments are leading you somewhere extraordinary. It is also important to trust yourself. You have endured more than you realize. You have survived hardships, endured heartbreak, and faced uncertainty with courage you may not have acknowledged. Every challenge you've overcome has strengthened your capacity to handle the next. Trust that you have within you the wisdom, the strength, and the resilience to navigate whatever comes your way. Sometimes the act of trust is simple but profound. It is pausing before a decision, listening to your heart, and acting with intention rather than haste. It is releasing the need to force the outcome and embracing the confidence that life in its own timing will provide what you truly need. It is the calm faith that no effort, no struggle, no tear, and no act of courage is ever wasted. So today, allow yourself to release the pressure to rush. Stop trying to force life to align with your timeline. Step back, breathe, and trust that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Let go of the fear that you are missing out or falling behind. You are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, and growing exactly into the person you are meant to become. Remember, trust does not erase the challenges you face, but it changes how you experience them. It transforms anxiety into hope, impatience into patience, and fear into courage. It allows you to embrace uncertainty not as a threat, but as an invitation to discover your strength, your resilience, and your capacity for joy. Every step you take, even the small hesitant ones, is part of a larger plan that your heart may not yet see. Every moment of waiting, every tear shed, every lesson learned is preparing you for a life that is more abundant, more meaningful, and more beautiful than you could have imagined. So my dear friend, release the urge to rush. Trust the journey. Believe that life is working for you, not against you. Believe that every loss will be replaced with something greater. Every setback is setting you up for a breakthrough, and every pause is preparing you for a powerful, purpose-filled next step. Your story is still being written, and it is far more magnificent than you can imagine. Right now, you may be facing uncertainty, a chapter of life that feels unclear, unstable, or even frightening. Perhaps you're wondering if you will ever recover from a loss, if your dreams will ever come true, or if happiness is possible again. It is natural to feel this way. Uncertainty can feel heavy, as though the ground beneath your feet is shifting. But within this uncertainty lies a profound opportunity, an opportunity to cultivate hope, to nurture resilience, and to discover the inner strength you didn't realize you possessed. Hope is not wishful thinking. Hope is not ignoring reality or pretending that everything is fine when it isn't. Hope is a conscious choice, a quiet, steadfast decision to believe that life can improve, that pain can be healed, and that your losses can be replaced with something greater. It is the light you hold onto when everything around you feels dark, the compass guiding you forward when the path seems unclear. You may have experienced moments when hope felt distant or even impossible. Perhaps it faded after repeated disappointments or setbacks. Perhaps it seemed like others around you had it all figured out while you were left struggling to make sense of your circumstances. But hope is not measured by how perfect your life appears. It is measured by your willingness to keep moving forward even when the outcome is uncertain. Think of hope like a tiny flame in the wind. The wind may try to extinguish it. The storm may threaten to destroy it. But with patience, care, and attention, that flame can endure. And when it does, it can illuminate even the darkest of paths. Your hope, your belief in the possibility of better days is that flame. And no matter how difficult things may feel today, it can be nurtured and protected until it grows strong enough to light your way. Cultivating hope also means learning to trust yourself and your resilience. Every time you have faced difficulty, every time you have endured pain, every time you have navigated the unknown, you have proven that you are capable of more than you realize. Those experiences are not just memories of survival, they are evidence of your strength, courage, and perseverance. Let them remind you that you can endure the challenges of today and emerge stronger tomorrow. It's important to remember that hope thrives in action, not just in thought. Small steps, even tiny, almost imperceptible ones, can make a significant difference. Reaching out. My dear friend, by now you have walked with me through the weight of loss, the power of stillness, the transformation of pain into purpose, and the importance of trusting your journey. You have learned to cultivate hope even amid uncertainty. And now I want to speak to the part of you that longs for the future, the part that wonders what lies ahead, that hopes for a brighter day and that fears the unknown. It is natural to look ahead with both hope and anxiety. You may feel eager to reclaim what you lost, to rebuild, to achieve, to feel whole again. And yet you may also feel fear. Fear that life will disappoint you again, that the losses you endured will repeat themselves, or that you may never find the peace or joy you seek. This duality, hope and fear, is a normal part of the human experience. And it is in learning to navigate this space that your strength and resilience truly grow. The first thing I want you to understand is this: your future will not unfold according to your rush or your impatience. No matter how much you try to force outcomes or control every detail, life has a timing that is often beyond your understanding. And this is not a limitation, it is a gift. For when you allow life to unfold naturally with patience and trust, you create the conditions for something far greater than what you could have designed on your own. Consider this: when you rush, you may gain something temporarily, but it often lacks depth, meaning, and stability. When you wait, when you allow yourself the time to grow, heal, and prepare, you create a foundation that can support lasting joy, fulfillment, and achievement. Patience is not passive. Patience is active preparation. It is quiet courage. It is the willingness to endure discomfort today so that you can embrace blessings tomorrow with open arms and a confident heart. You may have doubts right now. You may think, I can't wait any longer. I need results. I need answers. I need relief. And it is human to feel this. But I want you to pause and remind yourself that the very losses you have experienced, as painful as they were, are shaping you into someone capable of handling far greater blessings than you ever imagined. You are not being delayed, you are being prepared. Courage, too, is essential as you look toward the future. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the willingness to move forward in spite of it. It is the decision to take the next step, even when the path is unclear, even when your heart is heavy, and even when doubt whispers that you are not ready. Every courageous act, no matter how small, builds momentum and confidence. Every choice to face uncertainty with patience and trust strengthens your spirit and brings you closer to the life that awaits you. Imagine a tree in winter. Its branches may look barren, its leaves gone, and its life dormant. To the eye, it seems as if nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, its roots are growing, its trunk is strengthening, and it is preparing to bloom when the season comes. Your life works in a similar way. Even when it feels empty, still, or stagnant, growth is happening. Your heart, mind, and spirit are preparing for the season ahead. A season of renewal, opportunity, and fulfillment that will surpass what you ever imagined possible. It is also essential to practice self-compassion as you step toward the future. You may encounter setbacks, mistakes, or moments of doubt. You may stumble, feel discouraged, or question your own worth. In those times, treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. Remind yourself that you are human, that you are learning, and that every experience, even the difficult ones, is shaping you for greater resilience and wisdom. As you cultivate patience, courage, and self-compassion, you will notice something remarkable. The emptiness left by loss begins to transform. It is no longer a void to be feared or rushed through. Instead, it becomes a space of potential, a space in which new opportunities, connections, and joys can enter your life. And when they do, they will not simply replace what you lost, they will exceed it, enrich it, and bring a sense of fulfillment you could not have experienced otherwise. So, my dear friends, as you look ahead, I want you to take a deep breath and embrace your journey with faith in your own resilience, patience in your growth, and courage in your steps forward. Stop rushing. Stop forcing outcomes. Stop measuring your progress against the timelines of others. Your life unfolds according to a rhythm that is unique to you. Trust it, respect it, and honor the process that is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more ready to receive the life that is waiting for you. Remember, every loss you have endured, every tear you have shed, and every moment of struggle has prepared you for this, for a future brighter than you can imagine. The best is not behind you, it is ahead. And when you allow yourself to walk forward with patience, courage, and hope, You will find that every empty space will be filled, every challenge will become a stepping stone, and every moment of hardship will be replaced with something far greater than you ever expected. So today, take your next step with confidence. Take it with grace. Take it knowing that you are ready, that you are capable, and that your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Stop rushing. Trust the process, embrace the journey, and know that the future you are moving toward is brighter, fuller, and more beautiful than anything you could have imagined. My dear friend, we have traveled together through the weight of loss, the power of stillness, the transformation of pain into purpose, the lessons of trust, and the cultivation of hope. We have explored the importance of patience, courage, and embracing the future with faith. And now I want to speak to the part of you that longs for renewal, that dreams of peace, joy, and fulfillment, and that wishes to leave behind the burden of rushing through life. It is natural to carry the scars of past hardships. It is natural to remember the moments when life felt heavy, unfair, or overwhelming. And yet I want you to recognize something vital. Your past does not define your future. Every loss, every setback, every heartache has been shaping you, not breaking you. Every tear you have shed, every quiet struggle you endured, every moment of doubt and fear has strengthened your spirit and prepared you for the life you are about to embrace. You may feel hesitant to move forward. You may fear that taking the next step will reopen wounds, or that the journey ahead will be just as difficult as what you've already endured. But the truth is, the path ahead is not about repeating the past. It is about growth, renewal, and discovery. It is about stepping into a life that has been waiting for you, a life filled with opportunities, connections, and experiences far greater than anything you could have imagined while rushing or fearing loss. To walk forward with courage, you must first release the pressure to control everything. Stop forcing outcomes. Stop trying to script your life down to the last detail. Life has a rhythm that cannot be rushed. And when you align yourself with that rhythm, you allow space for miracles, blessings, and unforeseen joys to enter your life. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and that every moment of waiting has been a preparation for what is to come. Take a moment to reflect on the resilience you have cultivated over the years. Think about the moments when you faced despair, yet continued to stand. Think about the times when you felt lost, yet found your way. Think about the days when you wanted to give up, yet somehow carried on. Those experiences are proof of your inner strength, a strength that will continue to guide you as you step into your next chapter. It is also essential to embrace self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself as you navigate the future. You may encounter challenges, obstacles, or moments of doubt, and that is perfectly okay. Treat yourself with kindness, patience, and understanding, just as you would a friend who is learning to rise again. Your journey is unique, and your progress is not measured by the pace of others. Every small step forward, every effort to heal, every act of courage is meaningful and transformative. Now imagine a future where the losses you experienced are no longer empty spaces in your heart, but seeds of growth, wisdom, and opportunity. Imagine a life where the pain you endured has been transformed into empathy, compassion, and the ability to connect deeply with others. Imagine a reality where every challenge you faced has prepared you to embrace blessings with gratitude, joy, and confidence. That future is possible, and it is waiting for you. Walking forward requires both patience and faith. Patience to allow your life to unfold naturally, and faith to believe that what is coming is better than what was lost. These qualities are not passive, they are active commitments to yourself, to your growth, your happiness, and your peace. They are decisions to let go of rushing, to release fear, and to trust in the unfolding of your journey. And as you walk forward, remember this: loss does not define you. Struggle does not limit you. Pain does not imprison you. you are defined by your resilience, your courage, your capacity to hope, and your ability to embrace life with openness and strength. You are more capable than you realize, and your story is far from over. So today, take a deep, steady breath. Feel the strength within you that has carried you through every storm. Recognize the growth that has come from every hardship. Hold on to the hope that each day is a step toward renewal. Each moment is a chance to grow, and every loss is being replaced with something far greater than you can imagine. Stop rushing, my dear friend. Allow yourself the time to heal, the patience to grow, and the courage to step into the unknown. Trust that life is working in your favor, that the future is brighter than the past, and that the best chapters of your life are yet to be written. And as you move forward, carry this truth in your heart. You are resilient, you are capable, and you are deserving of every blessing that awaits you. Every loss you have endured is preparing you for the life you are meant to live. Every challenge you have faced is shaping you for the joy you are ready to receive. And every moment you have been patient, courageous, and hopeful is bringing you closer to the fulfillment your heart has longed for. Your story is still unfolding, your journey is far from over, and the life that awaits you, a life filled with hope, purpose, and endless possibilities, is waiting for you to step forward and embrace it fully. Walk forward with courage, patience, and faith. Trust the journey, stop rushing, and know with unwavering certainty that every loss is being replaced with something greater, something beautiful, and something meant for you. The best is still ahead, and it is yours to embrace.